So we're in Blender. I'm going to show you how to flippity-whippity a product. Imagine it's a very tasty product for a very tasty client, except it's just a monkey head in this example. So you need a lot of imagination, but you'll get the point. I'll show you a very cool little animation technique you can use. First of all, you see there is a default Blender scene in front of us. Actually, this is not just any default Blender scene. This is my default Blender file. I've been tweaking over the last 10 years of using Blender. I've got performance tweaks in here. For example, I've got the standard color management. I've got import images as planes. I've got a lot of little stuff, statistics enabled. A lot of little tweaks, but still keeping the beauty of defaultness because I've swapped computers a lot in the past and I don't want to get used to anything that is hard to enable or disable. If you're interested in my default file, you can purchase this default file for the price of one frozen pizza. So if you would only not buy one frozen pizza, just buy one frozen pizza less and reinvest these $3 into this default file. I guarantee you, your workflow will improve after the first use. Let's jump into the video. Let's stop wasting time and let me show you the flippity-whippity trick of the ancient gods. So, Alt-R, Alt-G, GX, I guess, RX90, RZ90 minus 90. Okay, great. Now we hotkeyed the camera into place. You can do this by hand. This is not part of the video. Let's jump right into the camera with numpad 0. Let's delete the default cube. Let's create our actor, a monkey. Now I'm actually pretty annoyed that I flipped the camera this way. Let me flip it back to the other side real quick right there. Okay, now my PTSD feels much better. Let's start. So we're gonna flippity-whippity this monkey. First of all, we're gonna press I and keyframe the location. Press I, keyframe the rotation. On N, you'll see we keyframe the rotation and location. In the timeline, you'll see we keyframed the location or rotation, we can't really see. We will hop into the dope sheet editor. If you want, don't do what I just did. Enable the timeline, put it on the bottom. So on the bottom right, you can set the frames. You don't have to do this. I do this sometimes. But we will only use the dope sheet editor, not the graph editor, none of all of this rocket science stuff. We don't need that. We will go to any frame, let's say 40, and we will imagine that this was a tasty product. We'll press G, double Y, move it in front to a place of the product that we think should be shown. So let's say we're gonna show the eyeball like this. We will keyframe it with not location and rotation, but available. It will keyframe everything that is available. So in this case, only location and rotation. We're gonna move to another spot. We're just gonna flippity-whippity this tasty product around. I don't know. Maybe just like this. Yeah. Maybe like this. Yeah. I keyframe. Next, somewhere around here, maybe we're gonna show the rear bottom of the product. Just like here, keyframe it. I think that's enough. Let's take the front to the back with Shift D, so it goes to a neutral state. Let's crop down the keyframes. I'm not sure yet how long this animation will be. Probably longer than this. And you see this is a pretty shitty noob ass animation. We will improve this now. So maybe let's make it a tick longer. It's a bit fast. First thing we're gonna do, so basically we're gonna present these highlights of this product. So Shift D everything and move it one frame. So we got one still frame where we could blend in text or whatever and move to the next, move to the next. Pretty simple. How are we going to make this animation tasty and be above all the noobs? We will go to this location, or very first thing actually, select all your keyframes, make them, let's say, blue. It doesn't matter, just so you can distinguish the color of the masters from the tweens. Also maybe, oh, we're still gonna move it, okay, later. Chill, fam. Move the monkey a little bit here, eye available. Go here, move the monkey a little bit, about here, yeah? Nothing really changed, but now we're gonna squeeze these boys in. So on the left side, it's gonna be slower. On the right side, it's gonna be slower, and it's gonna flickety-wickety right in the middle. So whoop. And actually, this could be even tighter. We can move the master a bit back. Whoop. Oh, that's fucking tasty. So next, we will do the same here, available with eye, here, available. Shrink these boys in and see how this looks. Whoop. Also here, definitely speed it up. Speeding up in form of keyframes means less time. That looks good. Let's watch both. Whoop. Whoop. That's good. Now, move it a little bit. Eye available. Move it a little bit. Eye available. Move it back. Move it in. Whoop. Oh, that's too fast. So maybe like this. Yeah, that was good. Maybe a bit faster. Maybe move these in. Yeah, that's fresh. And we'll end it just like we started it. Just here, just here. Move these in. In the end, I think I want a long outro, so it really fades out. Oh, that's maybe too fast. Yeah, maybe like that. Move it in. Yeah. So now you see the whole looping animation. Look how fresh. Look how tasty. Oh, that's one tasty product animation right there. I don't know how long this took, but this one pretty fast, and this definitely would impress one or two clients out there. That's really it. One little thing we can add is depth of field. So let's go to the camera. Just click the frame, camera, depth of field. Now shift right click right on his forehead, right if you wanted to headshot this boy. Shift A, add an empty object. I tend to make it a little tiny, round, soft sphere. You don't have to. Press I, location. We just have to keyframe the location. Also, F2, call it focus, because every time I see anything being called empty, I almost get a heart attack. So we don't want that. Now, oh wait, where are we going to keyframe the depth of field? Exactly, that's a step that I skipped before that we will do now. Go to the masters, press M on the bottom of the dope sheet. Go to the second master, press M once again, and M once again. At the end and the start, you can, you don't have to. Let's go back to the focus animation, and voila, you have markers. Go to the master A, and we will headshot this boy once again, or actually maybe focus on his eye. With shift right click to set the 3D cursor, shift S to get the empty object into the 3D cursor, eye available, which is only location in this case, and now it's keyframed. You see, now it moves here. Okay, next I'll just do this real quick, maybe on his nose, I don't know, like this. Oh, but keyframe it on his nose, shift S, move it there, keyframe it, go here. I don't know, there's nothing really here. Move it there, eye available, and there you have it. The ending is equal to the start, so move the start to the back. In the camera, select the focus object so it actually focuses. We're gonna go 0.2f, which obviously doesn't exist in the real world, but you want to see the depth of field. Maybe let's hit up Eevee for a second. Maybe let's move the light source to a spot that actually shows what we're animating. So now you see we've got tasty depth of field on this eyeball. If you want, shift D so it kind of fits the locked keyframes. And if you want, you could add more markers here and kind of roughly tween the focus, but actually often I just leave it like this because it seems a bit more natural. You see how it kind of like focuses in? you know, like slowly, kind of like a real camera. That's very fresh. And look how easy this was. So if you want to learn more about animation and modeling, check out my product animation beginner course on my Gumroad as well. Only $19.99. That's an absolute no-brainer compared to the investment, compared to the value. Wow, I don't even know how to explain. That's it for today. Have fun. I hope we learned something, and see you next time, and goodbye.